I want to start by saying I met my husband at work, and I was an accounts manager, and he was.
Oh, in a proper job.
Yeah. No, my other proper job, and we were successfully married for 27 years. So it can work, but I think in a workplace, if you're single, it's one thing. But in my industry, there's a lot of. I think there's quite a bit of that does go on, and it's hard to...
It's intense, though, isn't it?
Well, I just think you're blurring those lines. If you're acting with somebody, unless you've had that conversation with them to start off with...
But you're acting a relationship with someone.
If you're acting in a relationship, then you're acting that relationship. I don't want somebody jumping on me just because I'm acting on a relationship in an episode. Colleen, you wouldn't. You're saying that. I think it's wrong.
As a former boss, it's really hard when you have two people working for you and they're in a relationship, because if they're not at the same... Well, you've got all sorts of issues about if you have to sack one or promote one, or, how are you going to deal with that? I mean, it's not very easy having two people. In fact, a lot of workplaces now ban relationships between people working together, and we've just had that case with McDonald's in America where they made the boss of... CEO of McDonald's was asked to stand down.
But lots of people do meet at work and get married and last for years.
You spend lots of your time at work, so it's inevitable. I mean, I think, as Brenda alluded to our industry, I think that it's because you are in our industry, in the acting, or theatre.
Well, not in mine.
But in theatre, you are thrust together with people that you would possibly be on Mr. Jones and Miss Smith terms with for years. Within 2 days of the theatre, you're getting your kit off, you're snogging people. I mean, they talk about the Strictly curse. It's not a curse. It's inevitable. I'm not saying you should act on those impulses, but it's inevitable that you are living in a bubble, that you are sharing this experience. Because I did Dancing on Ice. Luckily, my partner was gay.
So is mine.
But so is yours.
Do you
think they did that on purpose with us?
I want to know, all you people in your profession, you that weak-willed?
No, I didn't say I was weak-willed. I haven't done it.
It's not about being weak-willed. It's about the fact that if you are dancing with someone for 12 hours a day,
I'm very weak.
And you're getting very close. You're getting very close to people. You are living in a bubble. You're both spending time away from your families. It's inevitable, if there is a chemistry there, that it's not saying you should act on it, but I know personally, back in the day, now nobody knows this as I've walked in the room, but back in the day, I used to get nervous about going to work because I was scared that I would.
But the thing is, yes, we'll talk about our industry.
I never had that problem on the floor of a national newspaper. You walk in, see a whole lot of... When I started as a 21-year-old, you walk in and you see, oh, my boss got a white nylon shirt on with a string vest underneath. I don't think there's any sexual tension going to happen.
But depends if you're fussy, Janet. I mean, the thing is, though, it does... even in... normal jobs and normal life, they still go away on conferences and work things. You team building.
You mean people can't have got so little restraint that invited to a hotel on the edge of an industrial town, and you've all got to put on funny T-shirts and run around the countryside and get into a kayak, you're going to have sex.
They do, though, Janet.
Well, can I just say, I have more statistics here. I'm the statistic person today. 48% of us will date a fellow employee at some point in our professional life.
Oh, guys, you better run.
I just think it makes it a bit uncomfortable sometimes for the partner of the person that's probably acting this role.
Well, Colleen has been coming in to work with one of them big fishing nets, so... all the blacks.
Well, apparently it's getting so bad now that people won't even kiss under mistletoe anymore.
I will.
Because they're scared of getting into trouble.
I will. Oh! Come here, Colleen.
I didn't really mean you, but... I mean, I'll have a kiss.
No!
I think I'll save it for when Danny comes on. I mean, it would be rude not to.
He's looking worried.
He is looking worried. Oh, God. Have we finished?